They finally let me drive.
They'll let you drive.
No.
It's too fun.
Yeah.
The novelty of the van has not worn off yet.
Yeah. Someday. So we're heading for a water fill up now, and then I think we're gonna try to make it up the Blue Ridge Parkway. We have a small hike we want to try to hit. What is it called? Craggy Pinnacle? Craggy something. It looks really short, but it's got beautiful views and looks highly recommended.
It's my turn to drive. Wanted a chance. This road is just so fun, guys. I mean, so many beautiful views everywhere. I guess it's a little dangerous too, though, because it's very easy to get distracted, and we don't go very fast, so we typically have people tailgating us, like this blue car that's behind me right now. It's not too happy, but we'll get there when we get there.
Is our van okay?
I don't know. It started to look like it was about to overheat. We were pushing it pretty hard, guys. We're pretty high up here now. It's definitely the highest elevation I've ever taken it to, and it's quite the climb. But I think from here it's all downhill, so we'll have to keep an eye on it.
It's either downhill physically or downhill emotionally.
Or both. Pretty good little hike.
Yeah, it was nice.
It wasn't too long or anything, but it's like 500 feet that you're going up, and we haven't hiked like this in a while. I think we're at 6,000 feet.
Yeah, we're feeling it.
Definitely a little different than Florida. What's the tallest mountain in Florida?
I think according to our neighbor Dan, our house.
Where to next?
Somewhere where we can make food.
Our plan for tonight is to try to find somewhere to camp that's free, somewhere along the Blue Ridge Parkway. I have a couple of places in mind, but I don't know for sure if we're going to actually be able to access them. Some of them said the gates might be closed and all that. I've never personally camped along the Blue Ridge Parkway. Shane's never even seen it before. What are your first impressions?
There is a view around every corner. I highly recommend.
It's definitely one of my favorite parts of the whole country, guys, and we're looking forward to trying to enjoy one night up here. By the way, we are in North Carolina now. I don't think we mentioned that.
We have been moving states pretty fast.
We kind of skipped through Tennessee, but we're also like kind of right on the border of Tennessee, and we're going to be re-entering Tennessee and then Virginia, and we're near Georgia, and I don't know, it's like all the states kind of blend together over here in the Appalachian Mountains, but hopefully we can get lucky and find a good spot to camp tonight.
How's she doing?
Good so far. Knock on wood.
Okay.
We have a wood steering wheel.
A little stinky right now. Investigate. Is it?
I'm scared to look at this though.
See anything?
I don't know where that smoke was coming from. This has definitely been a challenging drive for the old van here. It's a lot of elevation going up and down. I think we're back down to about 4,000 feet now, maybe a little less than that. And we're pulling onto this gravel road here because we're hoping that there are a few campsites, at least from what we've seen, that are down this road. So we're gonna check it out. Shannon got out to just try to take a shot of the van driving by, and we noticed a little bit of smoke coming from somewhere. I don't think it's from the engine bay. I'm not seeing any signs of overheating. The temperature gauge on the dash is totally fine. I'm thinking maybe it's the brakes. I think that maybe because we were hitting the brakes so much coming down. Like I said, we descended quite a bit of elevation there. Maybe they're starting to smoke a little bit. Can definitely feel a lot of heat coming off the rotors in the front here. We'll see, just let it cool down, and then we're gonna kind of try to continue on our way, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it for the next couple of days here.
So we did make it all the way down the mountain.
That gravel road just went forever. No more smoking really, a little bit. I think it's the brakes. I hope it's the brakes. I hope it's just that and that it's not anything more than that. I swear we must have just descended like another 2 or maybe 3,000 feet, which is the last thing that you want to do when you think that you're having potential brake issues coming down a mountain like that. But we didn't really notice too much more smoking. A little bit of smell still lingering, but definitely was not as bad as it was when we were coming down the Blue Ridge Parkway. Granted, that is paved and we were going a lot faster down that route. So I guess, we had to get down here somehow. We don't have service down here. It's a beautiful spot though, guys. We're just surrounded by these trees. There's a couple of other folks camped nearby, so should be okay. The van's holding up. It's doing as good as we could ask for, but like I said, it's been a challenging day.
Dinner tonight's gonna be a real Shannon creation. I had a recipe queued up on my laptop, which I thought would save even in no internet situations, but it did not. So work with what we got. We're gonna do a beet cabbage soup. I actually have made this quite a lot in the past. I don't think I've ever made it with Nate before, but it's super easy because it's just like a couple of vegetables, coconut oil, and a jar of tomato sauce, and like you can call it a day. It's pretty good though. Our old standby grilled cheese. I think my favorite part about this layout is being able to cook and eat from a sitting position.
It's pretty nice. That way we can take our baby bites of borscht because it's too hot to do anything else. Oh, it's so hot. In Russia, borscht eat you.
Apparently in America too.
So the good news is we got out of there pretty easily this morning. No real issues with the van, didn't really notice anything. I really do think that we were just pushing it really hard going downhill yesterday, a lot of brakes, and that's kind of what was causing the issue, but keep an eye on it as we keep traveling. We are going to have to go up and go back down again as we head towards Tennessee. That's where we're planning to go this afternoon. In other news, there is still a gas shortage here in North Carolina. That's been going on now, I think, for 2 weeks at this point. No gas at any of these gas stations, but we were able to find diesel, so again, we feel pretty lucky to have a diesel van. This morning we are in Greenville, Tennessee. We spent yesterday evening driveway camping at my friend's place. I have a good friend, Law, who lives here in town. I've kind of spent like a weird amount of time in this town considering how small it is, but there's a lot of history here. It's kind of a cool place. Home of the 17th President of the United States, Andrew Johnson. A lot of Civil War history as well here. Cute?
Yeah, it's cute. It's a cute bowling ball.
I don't think that's a bowling ball.
Yeah, it's really pretty here. What is this, the third oldest town in Tennessee?
Yeah, I think so. Third oldest city or something like that. A lot of history, like I said, guys. It's been good. Thank you, Law, for having us for the night. We are going to move on tonight. We're going to go spend some time with your family, right?
Yeah.
Shannon's got an uncle and a cousin that randomly live like just a few minutes away from here, so go check that out.
Get it? Wow, and a funnel.
So yesterday afternoon when we were visiting my friend, we were parked on a bit of like an upslope like this, and I noticed when I was moving the van to park in his driveway at night that the coolant light, the radiator light, there's a yellow radiator light in these Toyota Hiaces, that it had come on. And then I noticed as I've been driving around town today that it comes on when we're going uphill and then turns off whenever we're going downhill or just at a straight level like we are right now. So I figure that there's a sensor in there and that the coolant is just a little bit low. And I did notice yesterday that our coolant was a little low. I've also been noticing that there's a little bit of a sweet smell going on the passenger side. I'm thinking that it's probably coolant related. I have not seen anything leak underneath the van. I've been looking under there with the flashlight and everything. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's just a little bit and it's burning off before it can actually hit the ground, but you know, I can't say that we didn't expect this, right? Like, we bought this van knowing full well that it was 25 years old, that it was a JDM import, and that it was going to have some problems occasionally on the road. And the way that I look at it is it just kind of adds to the adventure, it adds to our experience, it adds to our knowledge, our ability to work on things like this, to learn how they work and kind of how to keep something like this going. And, you know, for me, I see this as an affordable 4x4 option. New vans with four-wheel drive, you're not going to find them for the price that we paid for this van. Definitely not. And then, you know, add into the fact that we customized it and made it into something that we really love and that's a home for us on the road. I'm definitely very excited about it, but we are going to, we're going to have to be very diligent with maintenance and just paying attention to all the different things that are probably going to start going wrong for us, especially when we're putting the van to the test like we have for the past couple of days, guys. Like, it has been unseasonably hot here. It is extremely hot. I'm sweating right now. You can probably see it on the camera here. Like, it is crazy how warm it is right now, and plus we're at high elevation. We've been going up big hills, coming back down and stuff, so we're really putting the van to the test at this point. we ended up spending a good portion of yesterday evening hanging out with Shannon's family, her uncle and her cousin. Her uncle had recently bought some property there in northern Tennessee, and so they were kind of showing us around and all the little modifications that they'd done to the house and the land and everything like that. It was really, really cool. Absolutely beautiful area there. And her cousin is really into cars, so he really wanted to drive the van, so we let him drive the van around, and it was good because I was able to get the drone in the air in order to get some footage, and I was pretty happy with how that footage turned out. But I realized when we got back that I was very lucky that I got that footage at all. I was very lucky to even have the chance to fly the drone, because apparently Shannon's uncle's neighbor who lives across the street, we had the drone up for a couple of minutes over his property as we were kind of pulling out of the driveway. This footage that you're seeing right now, and the camera on the drone was pointed at the van as we're pulling out and about to embark on our little adventure around the block. But on the other side, what you can't see is that Shannon's uncle's neighbor, Linus, who we did meet later and he told us the story, but he's standing on the other side of the drone right about now, and he's pointing at it directly with his shotgun, just about ready to blow it out of the sky. You know, when you see a drone like that, he said that, you know, you don't really see that too often in that part of Tennessee. That's not something you see too often, so your mind kind of goes to, what are they doing? They're looking at my kid, they're looking at my wife, some weird stuff like that. We were just trying to get footage of the van, obviously, but it was kind of right above his property, and he came out and came pretty close to blowing it out of the sky. Fortunately, he did not, and we ended up meeting him and spending the rest of the evening with him. Linus, it was great meeting you. A lot of fun. We had a really, really great evening, but I was very lucky to have the drone live to see another day and to get some of that footage that you guys just saw. So, absolutely beautiful area though, guys. We had a really great time hanging out in the southeast between Birmingham and Alabama, and then kind of moving our way up to Tennessee, and then into North Carolina, and then back into Tennessee, and then obviously now we're in Virginia. We crossed in yesterday evening. We stayed at a rest area, and we're going to continue making our way north. Unfortunately, this morning, guys, I did get some pretty sad news. My grandmother has been battling cancer for quite a while, and emphysema as well, and she was doing pretty well up until about a week ago. Things started to kind of start going downhill, and this morning I did get some bad news that she passed away this morning. So it hasn't really set in yet. It's been definitely a pretty sad couple of days, and we kind of knew that it was probably coming in the next few days, so we have been sort of, I guess, accelerating our timeline a little bit. We were originally thinking that we would spend a little bit more time here in this part of the country, but obviously things have changed and we need to get back as soon as possible. So by tomorrow I will be up in New England and try to be there for my family over the next few weeks, and then probably the next few months. We're gonna be in New England. We have plans to explore in Vermont and Maine and maybe even upstate New York. I know a lot of folks have suggested checking out like the Finger Lakes and the Adirondacks. I've never been there. I don't think Shannon's ever been there, so we would really like to spend some time up there this summer. And then eventually we are going to make our way west, not all the way to the west coast, but we are going to head to the upper Midwest and the upper peninsula of Michigan, and then maybe Wisconsin and Minnesota. We'll get into that in a future video, but we do need to get back to New England. Fortunately, topping off the coolant yesterday in the van seems to have fixed any lights that we've been getting. The light has not come on since then, so I think it was just a little bit low on coolant. There is probably a small leak going on somewhere because, like I said before, you can smell it, but we are going to take it to Northeast Auto Imports once we get back up to New England, and we'll be working with Derek and Tyler and have them take a look at it and see what we can find, and see if there's any upgrades that we can do to the van to make it so that it's even more ready for the road, so that when we do start heading west, we'll be ready to go. But that'll be part of the next few videos, guys. I can't thank you all enough for watching these videos, for following along and supporting this journey and keeping us on the road, especially to my Patreon supporters. I do know that a few folks have mentioned in the comments over the last few videos that they're not really happy about seeing some of the sponsored posts on these videos, and I definitely understand that. I do try to get sponsors on the videos because that is part of what keeps us going and what keeps us on the road like this. And I will say that, you know, if you do support on Patreon, and I do upload all of these videos over there, usually a few days early if we have service and if I get it done, and then also they're completely ad-free. I don't have any advertisements in them at all, so you are welcome to head over to Patreon and support us there to help keep us on the road, and obviously to enjoy some additional content and get these videos ad-free without any advertisements. But again, I can't thank all of you enough for your support of this journey over the past so many years. And, you know, like I said before, We are in you know, a little bit of a different situation now with an older van like this, but we are so excited to keep it going and to keep it on the road and just kind of keep exploring and seeing this beautiful country and beautiful continent that we live on here in North America. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.
Each of us is a flower.